Afternoon here on Big Ten Plus at 5 Central Time. And Sebastian DiGennaro and Mac Mauger, no score, 30 seconds. They are wrestling on your right. Tarakina and Guanajuato scrapping there on your left. Kyson Tarakina coming over from Iowa State. He is ranked at 125 pounds, ranked 13th in the country. And you've seen a lot of him, Jim, having watched him in a Cyclone singlet.
Yeah, we saw him last year, United broadcast when they had against Wisconsin a few years back, and then we saw him against North Dakota State. You know, he's had some really big wins. A lot of them just occurred early in the season and just had a hard time just pulling it together later on. But finds himself down 3-1 in this match. Guanajuato got a quick takedown there. Made a decision to transfer that.
Kyson Tarakina beat Mac Mauger in the finals a year ago, 125. Guanajuato beat Joe Kelvin of Bellarmine 19-2. Tarakina a tech fall as well, 21-5 in his quarterfinal match with Hank Benter of Missouri. And here is Tarakina looking to finish off a double leg, and Tarakina, after giving up the first takedown, 4 unanswered, and the Tar Heel has his first lead 4-3 with 1:20 remaining here in the first period.
Nice job getting in on that double leg shot. Just really pretty basic right there, but he did an excellent job of finishing and did a nice lift. Get Guanajuato off his feet right there to finish the takedown.
Mauger and DiGennaro, no score, 40 seconds remaining in the period. Mauger a 5-2 win in the quarters over Downey of Northern Iowa, and DiGennaro 16-0 over Keon Hernandez of Iowa. And if I remember right, Jimmy, that was a first period tech, if I remember right. I believe he had a couple of tilts.
Now this is more of a traditional 125-pound match here. Guys have a hard time get through the head-hands defense there, pretty much squared on right there. So unlike the other mat here where these guys are getting after it, getting escapes and takedowns here, so it's good wrestling action, easy to follow.
Tarakina and Guanajuato each with a takedown, short time first period. Again, don't quote me on DiGennaro in that tech fall against Hernandez. I know he teched him 16-0. DiGennaro with 2 tech falls en route to the semifinal. DiGennaro starting period on bottom.
There's a nice job there, replay on the, see how his butt's a little bit further out, but he's able to go ahead and drive him forward, and a lot of that was done with the upper body, kind of strategically placing that his arms there, underneath the cheeks, so to speak, and then just go ahead and drive through. Good work.
Mauger's been able to ride DiGennaro for the first 30 seconds here in this period, looking for a return on the edge and out of bounds. They'll come back to the center. Quick escape there from Tarakina. Leads at 5-4.
Yeah, I think Tarakina's always been one of those guys that could light it up. I remember that. Didn't he major Barnett?
Eric Barnett, that was in that dual meet we did at Humboldt. I don't remember if it was a major. It may have been.
Yeah, it was a
controlled the match.
Yeah, a significant score there, and he just went after it the whole time. And then, so a guy that has maybe battled himself here as far as getting on the offense, all the way through a match, and you can see that when he was behind. Had that answering takedown here, but holding leads and things like that. But in that match with Barnett, 3-time All-American, and he just kept on adding to it. Created a lot of momentum for himself in that match.
Tarakina, Jim, probably one of 20 to 25 guys that truly believes they can get on the stand.
Correct.
125 is just such a fun, crazy weight class. All about who shows up in Cleveland in March.
And just the little things here, like you see with Mauger, just keeping a guy down in a 0-0 match, giving yourself plenty of opportunity. If the guy does he's got riding time right now, and so that's what you have to do in these tight matches, and you just got to have a lot of determination and not concede anything.
Mauger, 1:32 a riding time. Been able to ride DeGennaro the entire period, down to 20 seconds. And of course, want to finish these periods on top, and little scramble there on the left.
So right there, you see that DeGennaro, see how he's trying to turn his body out of that, okay? As opposed to maybe driving back and arching his back into him, getting his feet out in front of him, creating a little bit more back pressure. It would help his ability to go ahead and cut that grip a little bit, you know. So many times you see guys, they get in a hand fighting situation and they throw their butt out and they lose all their power. That makes sense?
Sure. Yeah.
Are you with me?
So you're saying too, Jim, in doing that, dropping your hips?
Dropping your hips and arching
I should be
back.
coaching wrestling.
You should be, yeah. But that's just an example. He was keeping his balance, and I know they coach that way, but if you're going to be committed, if you got what you want, covering the fingers and all that stuff, well, what are you missing? You're just missing the power to drop your hips low and out.
So Mauger will now go on bottom. Good job in the top position by the Tiger. Terrakina, Guanajuato, a one-point match. Guanajuato works to his feet.
And see how much easier, just to say that Guanajuato's match right there, where he just didn't clear the hips, and now Terrakina's able to drop back in on a double leg. So that's another thing, you know, you can't do that when you drop those hips low and turn them out.
And Terrakina's got riding time at 47 seconds. Mauger escapes, leading at 1-0. Again, he's in good position with the riding time, and as I say that, DeGennaro gets behind him.
Nice go behind. Should be able to go ahead and finish it here as he drags out. Good stall call warning there, but you know, you'll take that, but that's 1 point. Yeah.
So that's a point, must have been the second stall call on Mauger. So it's a point to DeGennaro, 1-1.
Might have got a stall call while he was doing the riding.
That's my guess. And Terrakina looking for a mat return, good return.
Just look, so with your hand fighting there with your hips back in, that time he covered and ran. Effectively did the same thing, created some hip separation so he could get out. 5-5 score, riding time with Terrakina.
So both these matches, seeing some good top wrestling, some takedowns as well. DeGennaro in position again.
He's been the aggressor.
Just doesn't have a whole lot of room to work with, and time is ticking away down to 45 seconds. Mauger 3 seconds from having riding time secured. Just over a half a minute remaining here on your left. Terrakina doesn't have riding time locked up yet. And now he does. So essentially he is up 6-5. Terrakina, good mat awareness, knows exactly where he's at.
Now Mauger working a 2-on-1. DeGennaro basically head blocking in there quite a bit, so really difficult to get something going.
Off the whistle, Guanajuato gets in on a single leg on Terrakina, 5 seconds. Good scramble, no takedown yet. And Terrakina 6-5 with the riding time point. Guanajuato right off the whistle. Really good attack, he was oh so close, but Terrakina.
He got him down, all right, but just wasn't able to cover.
Terrakina just kept fighting.
Yep, kicked him out of that. Great
right
finish
here,
right there.
I thought he had him.
I did too, but he wasn't able to secure the other leg. Ends up back on it, just ran out of time.
So Kaisen Terrakina will wrestle for another Soldier Salute crown this afternoon. There he is with assistant coach Tony Ramos, 2014 national champion for the Hawkeyes. Nice win. That was an exciting match.
Yeah.
Our next semifinal bout at 133 pounds from North Carolina, Ethan Oakley. His opponent from Iowa State, Osmani Diverson.
And on that number 4, the 133 pound semifinal from Missouri.
Gage Walker and Matthew Botello. 133-pound semifinal. Osmani Diversine and Ethan Oakley, pair of North Carolina Tar Heels in these 133-pound semifinals.
Did we see who won the other 125-pound match?
Go check out their booth on the concourse. They've got your soldier sleeve and
Mauger from Missouri won the opposite semifinal at 125.
Yeah, had the riding time.
Had that riding time point. Ethan Oakley ranked 17th in the country for North Carolina here at 133.
Check out our locations in Iowa City and Cedar Rapids. Choose the team Iowa Hawkeyes choose for sports injury prevention and care. University of Iowa Sports Medicine.
Neither match with a takedown about halfway through the first period.
Are you looking to better yourself? Serve the great state of Iowa and our nation? Please see the
Nice job by Diversine there with a single leg. Comes around the waist right there and invites that wizard to come in. Right there, opportunity to come up. Now he looks like he's all business, trying to get to the hips and hit a bear hug, square up like that. Dumps his head. Now he gets a little bit better grip of the hip. Right now, you probably want to just go ahead and lock and go.
He's got his hands locked,
Yeah,
looking
he
for
does.
something big.
Oh, yes.
Letting it rip. And Oakley defends it.
This
He's
is
got
shoulders
the
on the
legs
mat.
in and gets the fall.
Hey, I like
He
the,
went for
He
it.
did. He had the lock right there, and he just got a little bit on that lateral drop there. He just got a little bit that, Oakley was able to go ahead and fish that left leg in. Watch this. How you stop it. See how he's pushing those hips away? Right there, he's able to fish that left leg in over the top. And that was all the difference it made. And then all of a sudden, you're in the lot of trouble.
So Ethan Oakley gets the fall at 133. He'll be into the finals. May get a teammate. Gage Walker and Matthew Botello. Final seconds, first period. Late shot there by the Tar Heel, and we are scoreless after one.
That's Ethan Oakley of North Carolina.
We do appreciate the courage. I mean, get the lock and go for it.
That's to me, that's not even a loss, all right? I'm watching that and going, hey, you went for it.
Sure.
It's great. Got a ranked guy out there. You're not trying to make a name for yourself.
141-pound semifinal on the left with Isaiah Poe and Nasir Bailey.
Look at that drag to a double, and Bailey's fortunate to get off the mat right there at the end.
Nasir Bailey, first season in Iowa City, was an All-American at Arkansas Little Rock. Up to 141, he had been down at 133, and now Bailey, opportunity center of the mat on a single leg. Poe able to kick away, pretty crafty to keep it 0-0.
Good job kind of attacking that inside arm first, okay? And then created a little bit of a, loosened it up a little bit.
Nasir Bailey ranked 10th in the country.
Yeah, Poe looks like he wants to tie up the wrist a lot. There's going to be some serious wrist grabbing and fighting. You already saw him work off the drag right there.
Gage Walker with an escape. The Tiger leading at 1-0. Nasir Bailey, 3-1 victory in the quarterfinals over Nick O'Neill of North Carolina. Poe 5-4
Well, let's see
over Zeke Seltzer of Missouri.
Let's
Another
see
chance.
if Nasir Bailey's learned anything here from being in there the first time. You see that it's going to go ahead and try to shelf it a little bit better, collect the far thigh right there. It should be weight on the hands, points.
Nasir Bailey with a takedown, able to finish on that attempt, and the Hawkeye up 3-0. Gage Walker with the takedown. He's extended his lead 4-0. 52nd second period. Iowa wrestles Wisconsin on Friday in their Big Ten opener. Nasir Bailey, Jordan Williams, couple of Iowa starters competing this weekend.
Take a look at that takedown by Bailey here. Nice. Besides the outside hand is up over the top right there. So he's got good balance right now. And then he basically shelves and squats right there. That puts a lot of downward pressure there on his balance. And you see the other takedown here by Gage, pretty much kind of doing the same thing. Single leg moving to the second leg, get around behind him.
Jim, what's the biggest mistake when you look at Bailey with that last single leg he had? What's the biggest mistake people make in that position?
I think they don't keep they're either pushing in too much or they're pulling back. They're not. If you let go of the leg, would you be in an athletic position? It's kind of like, okay, you watch a baseball player like third baseman who's got to react really quick. They get in a good stance and they're carrying their own weight. If you let go of that leg, would you be in balance, right? And I think a lot of times what the defensive man is really trying to gauge, if you're pushing into him, how he's going to react if you're pulling away. You get ankle picked and all that type of stuff. So, but if you're in a good athletic position, you can go ahead and sprawl when the guy tries to roll through on you, right? So I always kind of gauge it like, okay, if you let go of the leg and the guy walked away, would you be in a good athletic stance? Make sense?
Yes.
You're not in your head like.
Yeah, I get it. It's just, you know what I think about, Jim, when we talk about these things is just the details. It's difficult to finish, like how important it is to do these things.
Yeah.
And I know it's difficult.
Oh, it is, because a lot of guys are real crafty. I mean, I go back to like Parker Keckheisen's roll through on Max McAnally, right? What he did before he rolled through, he took his whizzer and he, took him to inbounds to the middle of the mat, right? He jumped, and when McAnally stepped, and he kind of stepped like you'd step when you're going ahead and trying to set up a heel pick. He went heel toe, right? That's when he hit the roll through, right? You go back to last year's national semifinals. That was that type of sequence of action there that.
Probably the move of the tournament.
It really was. I mean, under the circumstances, because McAnally's an excellent finisher. You got the young guy. He's got out there doing it, and then just got out crafted by the wily technician, So
that was a great match. Parker is here. Parker Keckeisen. Northern Iowa wrestling last night, falling in Lincoln to the Cornhuskers. That match was right here on Big Ten Plus. Yeah. Bailey leading it 3-1.
And in that match, I mean, he got McAnally to move forward here and maybe slightly out. I'm not telling he was in a terrible position. He was just slightly out of balance. But that's all it takes to all of a sudden start that roll through action. And if I was coaching today in a college room, I don't know how you could not spend a lot of time working on those types of positions here where guys are rolling through on you, how to protect your ankles.
Seen so much of that.
Yeah, it's not. It's probably more valuable than an extra 30 minutes of conditioning.
Gage Walker, riding time approaching 2 minutes. He's up 4-0. So riding time is locked up for the Tiger Walker. Ethan Oakley awaits in the 133-pound final. He got the fall.
Bailey up to, what is it,
120 of
120 riding time. And he's good in the top position. I think that one of the things, adjustments he'll make over the season is how to, to do this a little bit more. In the beginning of the season, it's really hard to get your riding down. You don't, in the summertime, nobody wants to go on the mat. They want to go on the feet, and you don't really spend a lot of time on the mat. But so if you're a guy that's good on the mat, maybe sometimes it takes a little while to get in that type of conditioning. And he's good on top. He's got good tilts, but it's a little bit easier tilting those 133-pounders than it is the 41-pounders when you make that adjustment.
Gage Walker of Missouri with the riding time point, gets the 5-1 decision Ethan Oakley and Gage Walker will meet this afternoon, a little bit later on in the 133-pound final.
Gage Walker.
Second period, 107. Nasir Bailey with the takedown in the first period. And he's been tough in the top position.
I say this again. I think this is a really well-run tournament. These guys are. You take a look at. You got the big screens out back in the warm-up area. You got a huge area to go. Almost the size of the mat space that we're living with right now.
Side gym.
In a side gym to be able to warm up. The hotel
Great
is
venue.
right. Yeah, hotel's right next to it. Great restaurants and all that stuff next to it. I mean, it's just really a great opportunity. To showcase wrestling.
And you love the timing of this event.
I do. I like the timing of it because it's just a little bit further away from the the Christmas holiday where you get a little bit relaxed and maybe missing some of your family and all that stuff and do your traditional gatherings and all that. But it gives you time to get with the guys. 26 or 27. 26 is usually a travel day. 27, you start working them pretty hard, and this is a far enough span from that 27th time frame here that you could expect really good performances.
Ranked matchup there on your right. Luke Simcox of North Carolina ranked 21st. Caden Ricciardi from Navy ranked 31st in the country. No score, 35 seconds in.
Yeah, matches like this where you may not get an opportunity to meet these guys later on, they are pretty important when it comes to qualifying for the tournament.
Couple of freshmen.
Said this yesterday, but it's pretty cool that Navy and we got with the Army prep school team here, right?
There you see the bracket for 141 pounds. Ricciardi with the win over Cale Peterson of Iowa, 7-2. Simcox, second period fall. He pinned Max Brady of Northern Iowa to cement his spot in this semifinal. Powell and Bailey will get back to that mat when action resumes. No score here, 1:15 remaining. Simcox working off a 2-on-1. As Poe goes on bottom off the restart with 47 seconds. 2 minutes of riding time for Bailey. Picks an ankle, tight waist off the whistle.
Simcox in a pretty good position here for North Carolina to be able to shelf that leg, right? Feigns at actually cradle right there. Now he's driving a little bit more. You can see how Ricciardi has the whizzer and the wrist tied up right there. And nice job of stepping across, but now that creates a scramble situation, and that left ankle right there is in a tough way for Simcox there. He's holding on for dear life.
Ricciardi trying to break that grip.
Yeah.
Steps over.
And if he can step all the way over that and start taking him towards his back, that'd be pretty effective.
Short time, down to 10 seconds. You see Simcox hanging out of that right ankle.
Man,
a lot of pressure on the knee.
Wow, yeah, it is in short time, and fortunately, nothing bad happened there physically there because that knee was in a bad spot.
Ricciardi and Simcox, no score after the first period. The Tar Heel will go on bottom. And Nasir Bailey doing a really good job in the top position. 11 seconds left. He'll look for the ride out. Of course, 141 pounds, a stacked weight class led by Jesse Mendez, the reigning two-time national champion. In the Big Ten, you have Brock Hardy ranked 3rd, Joey Oliveri of Rutgers ranked 6th. Aaron Nagel ranked 8th from Penn State, and Bailey ranked 10th. No surprise. Another weight class with several Big Ten hammers. Simcox with an escape. Came inside of 15 seconds. And Bailey will go on bottom. And he'll have riding time secured here probably pretty shortly. Stall call on
Bailey.
Bailey, his second one, so Poe gets a point. It's a one-point match. I mean, one of these matches over here, Jim, that Nasir Bailey's really controlled the match. He's got the only takedown, but here comes Isaiah Poe.
And he gets another.
And he gets a takedown, and he's got the lead. 6-4.
Well, that's pretty good for Poe because he's gotten the heck written out of him, most of the match, it seems like, and then all of a sudden have enough energy, and then another stall warning here on Bailey, looking like he's crawling off the mat.
I mean, just a quick shot, explosive attack there from Poe.
Yeah, it was just off that arm drag. It was very similar to the technique he hit right in the beginning of the match. Look at this 7-4 lead.
I'm a little bit confused as to how it's 7-4. I thought it was 4-3, the takedown. Maybe there was another stall call in there that we missed.
Yeah, there was 2 stall calls here. He just called them for stalling as they went off the mat.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Nasir Bailey, he's got the riding time locked up. So it's essentially a one-point match there on the left with Bailey and Poe. Just over a minute remaining here at regulation.
Well, what makes this difficult for Bailey is he can't get it free his wrists. Now you run him off one more time. That was close. Being called right there.
It's a slow walk back to the center for Nasir Bailey.
Yeah. Okay, here's Poe once again tying up the wrist. Okay, this is a great way to hold a lead right there, Shane. See that right there?
Nice
back into
drag
it.
to a single leg, back trip, and a cover for 3. That's how you get it done, Jim. 10-5.
I said that in the beginning of the match. I said, look, these guys will be hand fighting, but from the elbow down. And the wrist, getting a hold of those wrists, and that's what Poe does right there. Sweet little arm drags right into single leg shots. And that time he even misdirected there. He went to the other side.
Big third period for Isaiah Poe. That last takedown was crisp. Scramble here on the right inside of the minute third period.
Now there's 2 points of stalling again. The referee's piling it on here, but he's not moving. It's over. Look at this, the drag right there, but then he came to the other side.
That was so slick. That was so slick. Isaiah Poe into the finals at 141 pounds. Simcox now 4-0 as a challenge brick comes in from the Navy corner. I would say, Jim, last couple of days that takedown from Poe was
pretty good. Well, again,
that was awesome.
He attacked the first takedown. He attacked to the drag side, and then the last takedown he dragged and went to the single leg on the other side. But the finishes were identical.
Here's a guy that's been a lot of fun to watch. This will be a good match. Gabe Willishell and Seth Mendoza. Mendoza, true freshman. One of the top recruits in the country.
To me, he's been one of the must-see guys in the tournament.
Absolutely. Mendoza with a takedown, 30 seconds in. Yeah, he has been a lot of offense.
Tilt situation here has got the arm barred and the wrist underneath. Oh, he goes with it again, just trying to load up the hips the right way. Got the shoulders turned. You see the referee giving the count.
Mendoza, a pair of tech falls, 20-5 and 19-4. Willishell is the number 2 seed. Mendoza 7-0. Chops an arm, has a wrist. This was a really good get for Brian Smith and the Tigers.
Yeah, notice how he's going elbow deep on everything. You can, some guys will just hit to the forearm right there, but he's going, notice how he's got his elbow. He's got a long arm anyway, okay? But then he goes elbow deep with that stuff, and you get your shoulder in a really, I don't know, ergonomically good position to be able to suck it in.
4-time Illinois state champion at Mount Carmel.
Just understands leverage. Good activity level.
Here's a stat, Jim. He ran the Boston Marathon this past April. Finished it in under 3.5, raised over $12,000 for Semper Fi and America's Fund. It's a good kid. And he's looking for a fall right here. He's going to sink it in.
Gets the head
this
up
is
off
all
the mat.
kinds of trouble for Willishell.
See how he gets that head off the mat right there, totally focusing on that. And again, one more time, he just mentioned this. He gets everything so deep. Didn't feel like he could get the fall there, but he's going to go ahead and get the tech ball anyway.
This is a dog on a bone. Seth Mendoza. I'm a fan, Jim. I'm a fan. This is what people want to see.
Right.
This guy is awesome. Lights up the scoreboard. The scoreboard takes a deep breath. It's exhausted. Mendoza, his 3rd tech fall. 20 points, 19 points, 17 points.
I can hear a scoreboard.
The scoreboard wants no part of this guy.
Yeah. The scoreboard just got called for stalling. Not getting the points up there fast enough.
His attack rate. I mean, it's just, and I would say this, Jim, and you have a better eye than I do on this. It's his attack rate with efficient setups and finishes.
He's not flopping around out there, that's for sure. There's
Must
purpose.
have someplace to go. Told his girlfriend he'd call him at 11:30. He's 2 minutes late. We got Jay Conway and Jordan Williams here on the right in a 157-pound semifinal. Quick 2-on-1 early in this match. Simcox, there on your left from North Carolina, will reach the final at 141 pounds. He'll meet Isaiah Poe.
Moving on to 141 pounds to the finals from North Carolina.
So North Carolina with another Soldier Salute finalist. Again, 5 o'clock this afternoon, Central Time here on Big Ten Plus. Jordan Williams a takedown, Matt return. Jordan Williams with Nasir Bailey coming to Iowa City from Arkansas Little Rock.
He's working a little bar arm right there. Little spiral right on the right-hand side. Sometimes that can be difficult for guys if they haven't learned any offense from that position. But I like what Conway did there right there, making the big turn and coming over the head.
Conway 12-7 in the quarterfinals over Joey Showalter of North Carolina. Williams 8-6 over Cale Ranavardi of Northern Iowa. And Josh Shedman gets a takedown 15 seconds in.
You do not want to be on the tracks.
No, you don't. He's got some power.
Yeah, Jordan Edmond. We've seen that several times here. It's just straight on freight train double.
Looking for a whip over.
And this guy, Patrick Jordan, is deceptively strong. He's got a big torso and chest and all that stuff. He knows how to go ahead and use it. Again, I would recommend, even how strong he is, he doesn't stay on the tracks. You see him moving off, right? Oh, not quite. Jordan's just teeing off on him.
Edmond with the takedown now 6-1.
Yeah. Edmond with the takedown there, drops back in.
Pair of 6-1 scores in the semifinals on your screen. Can also watch the individual match streams as well.
All right, here's that strength. Talking about with Jordan, he can get blocked off pretty well with the top of Edmond's head right there. A lot of times you can get called for stalling right there if you're blocked when the head's pretty much when the guy's driving you off. You gotta clear your head out of there. Get back, get your rear end back to the center of the mat. Good snap. Another driving double, but not quite. This feels like Jordan's measuring that a little bit now, but you've got a 6-2 deficit.
Josh Edmond ranked 15th in the country.
Edmond looks a little bit more active than he did yesterday morning, yesterday in his matches. So it's
he came out quick.
Yeah, footwork looks good.
Jay Conway, Edmond's Missouri teammate, on your left, will go underneath to begin second period as Jordan Williams covers with a 6-1 lead. Goes claw right off the whistle. Snakes a leg in.
So it's just easy to do those types of things when you know, with the leg in coming like that, when you throw that butt back.
Oh, look at that double leg from Edmond.
Yeah. Without it.
Third one.
Yeah, you can see that Patrick Jordan wants to kind of take that action, but you take all of his power away. Boom! Oh, wow.
Josh Edmond
bringing his hips to the party.
Absolutely, Jim. Yes, he did. Yeah, he's got a gear. I mean, when he wants to go, he's got something. And he'll finish this first period on top. 3 takedowns for Edmond.
Look at this. There's a good one of the double legs there, probably the second takedown that he had right there. And then you can see where Jordan wants to battle with him up there. There's nothing. Watch him pop the hips in. Boom. Oh, man. Welcome.
Good mat return on the edge from Josh Edmond. 30 seconds left, second period. There on your left. Williams, a pair of takedowns.
Nice drag right there.
And Jim, I hope we see it. I mean, I'm not sure how these coaches will make these decisions, but at 149, we could get Edmond and Mendoza.
Yeah.
I'll sign up for that. That'd be a great match to watch.
I'm all in.
Absolutely. Edmond once again.
One more time.
Here we go. Oh, look at these two on the right.
You got it. You know Jordan's pretty strong in there, but Edmond is all about it. Great opportunity to hit a foot sweep right there, but as the rear ends get a little further back, it's maybe a little tougher, but.
Williams goes on bottom with a 6-2 lead and riding time over 1.5 minutes. Level change right into an underhook of Edmond. Edmond into the chair.
Oh my!
Oh wow!
What is that? The what in bowling terms? What would that be? What you've got? There's a spare available there because there's one chair left up. Right?
There we go again.
Yeah, one chair left over on the right.
Those trainers, look at her. She's tough. She pops right back up.
Oh. That's the type of action. You got to be on your toes here.
Jordan. Yeah, pushing Josh Edmond. Didn't get the full strike, though.
Yeah. But an easy pickup. Right,
yes,
on the
should
spare,
get the spare, exactly. You bowl a lot?
I bowled probably about once a year at the Greenfield Hall of Fame banquet. We go to the local bowling alley there, and had some friends that Sawyer family that graduated from Greenfield High School.
Inside trip attempt there from Jordan late in the second period. I went bowling on Christmas Day, and it was just embarrassing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just embarrassing. Began with like 2 or 3 strikes and still managed by, 120.
Yeah, well, if you've got 120, you're better than me.
I
just don't know how to, these fake knees I don't know how to work them in, I haven't got that part of it right.
I had to step up big, though, in the second game. Heading into the 10th frame, I was like at an 89 maybe, so I needed something big to get 100. Here we go on the right. Edmond, another takedown. But luckily, found a way to get a spare and went over 100, so I could, keep a little dignity walking out of the bowling alley.
Well, I don't know what that looks like. I don't get over 100, but I play once a year.
Tell you what, bowling's not cheap these days either. I mean, I'm thinking back
well, it
to
is in Greenfield, Iowa, all right? I'll tell you that.
I'm thinking back to the days of like a game was $1.50, shoes were 75 cents. Those days are gone. Then I got to remind myself.
I think these
yeah,
shoes
shit,
I
it's
wore
like 40
were
years ago.
40-year-old shoes, all right?
Speaking of bowling, you ever seen the great movie Kingpin?
Yes, I did, because I know. People don't know. We'll let you into this conversation later. This is from last night. We found out that the character, the Woody Harrelson character, was modeled after Royce Alger.
Can't make this stuff up. You learn something new every day. So it's a final on the left with Jordan Williams of Iowa, the Hawkeye, into the finals this afternoon. He'll wrestle for the Soldier Salute title at 157. Edmond still with the lead. $12-4. Riding time is locked up for Edmond. And Jordan looking for something big here. He's got 25 seconds to work with.
Yeah, if you're Josh Edmond, you have to take the points. I mean, it looks like Jordan's going to take some risk right now, but you got to be able to be thinking about scoring right now. And if you're thinking about maybe getting to a neutral position, you might find yourself in trouble like that. You don't want anything like, get bowled over like that. He obviously was where he was out of bounds, but, you've got to take the points that are available there when you got a guy that's thinking big.
Jacob Herm and Bryce Hepner on your left. Jacob Herm, true freshman from South Dakota State. Bryce Hepner coming over from Columbus, from St. Edward High School.
Whoa.
Yeah, these two will let it rip on the left. This will be a fun match. Hepner, the #1 seed, a 9-0 major, and a pair of falls.
Yeah, he's been looked sharp.
Yes, he has. Herm has a fall, a 9-1 major, and then in the quarterfinals, 7-3 over Manny Rojas of Iowa State. Yeah, they'll let it rip there on the left. Teague Travis and Laird Roots on your right. Teague Travis coming to Missouri from Oklahoma State. Good scramble on the edge.
I don't think any points were awarded there, but it was awful close. We're going to look at it.
Damian Hahn, head coach at South Dakota State. They beat Arizona State on Friday night. What a job Damian Hahn has done in Brookings, South Dakota.
I remember talking to Rob Cole before he was at Cornell, and Damian had been his longtime assistant coach, and he was telling me, he says, this guy's ready for a head coaching job. He's ready to go ahead and go to the next level, and couldn't be more complimentary about his spouse, his wife here, as far as being part of the program, and you get both of them, and it seems to be pretty accurate here. He took the South Dakota State job and has done a really fine job. Took over for that, I believe, after Chris Bono.
Chris Bono,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
When Chris went to Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Teague Travis had that ankle scooped up. And in position to finish right here, he's got both legs.
Yeah, right here. Sometimes you get so locked in, and the referees.
They gave him a takedown.
They
3-0.
gave him a takedown. Okay, good.
And it's being challenged, so they'll take a look at that.
Okay, right here. He's got that lock. He's got that lock around the crotch there, but he's able to scoop the leg, clear his head, and then it's so tight there he can't really even get his. Doesn't quite have him on. Well, he kind of has him on both cheeks right there. So I don't know. That's really.
Man, Jim, to me,
I know,
that's a takedown.
I know it. But
right?
Well, here's what happens is that since he had that lock around the crotch all the way through the technique, you can think that he can go ahead and elevate him right there. If he had grabbed it late, like during the move, you're less likely. You're not. It's more likely that it's a takedown. Since he had it right from the beginning, I don't know if they're going to call it.
So they,
I'm with you. If you can go ahead and put a guy on his rear end like that, and he can't do anything.
Put the 3 up.
Yeah.
Shot there from Hepner.
Particularly in his, it's a 3-0 match. I mean, particularly early in, that's not a deciding thing here. You can get action later on. I think sometimes when you as a referee, if you can open up a match, make it more, where one guy's ahead, one guy's behind, it creates more incentive, more wrestling situations, I guess. If somebody has a lead, when we're both at 0-0, that's where we end up with these snoozer-ramas.
Look at this here on the left. Herm is good here.
Yeah,
this kid has really impressed me, and I've watched him. He's a darn good scrambler. He can go with Hepner, and Hepner's a tricky, funky kind of guy.
He is, but I think he doesn't want to go. He respects those hips. I mean, this whizzer situation, pulling him forward. Now he takes a risk and goes all the way over with the leg, and he collects the 3.
Gets the 3 inside of 30 seconds.
You see how patient he was there, though? And the other thing, too, that we talked about earlier here, he could keep his own balance with his feet right there. If the Herm disappeared, Hepner was being a good athletic position. Yeah, right? Not pushing into it too much, keeping his own balance.
Snakes a leg in.
Yeah, and figure 4s it, right? That gives it a little more power. See that? Of course you see that.
Travis, they kept the takedown on the board for the Tiger, 3-0. And Hepner gets the takedown and the ride out, and a 3-0 lead to the second period for the Tar Heel Bryce Hepner, the #1 seed here at 165. Wrestled at St. Edward High School, then to Ohio State. You and I talked about it yesterday, that big match against Matt Zanone a couple years ago in the dual meet in Columbus. Quick roll there off the whistle. About a 2-second escape, now 4-0.
Coached by John Heffernan.
Such great tradition at St. Edward, the Eagles. One of our good friends, Charlie Agazzino of Defense Soap, coaches there with the youth. One of the most selfless guys I've ever met. Those youth coaches.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, every weekend there's some place, the practices during the week, and especially at a place like St. Ed where, I mean, there's a standard of excellence at that place. A lot of time.
Beautiful single leg right there. Nice job of coming up to his feet. Notice how he's keeping his balance right there. I lost position right there because this Herm can put you in a bad way. It knows how to right ankles right there. Kicking in his tricep, creating a roll through situation.
Neutral danger situation, possibly.
Yep, no question about it. So comes back over the other side. Right here, you kind of sit there and go up. I'm just going to go ahead and try to punt in this situation. I may not be able to score, but if I delay it a little bit, because Hepner's pretty spread out there. He attacks the wrist. See how he attacks the wrist? That's in a bad position. Herm really has an advantage here, but they call stalemate.
Score remains 4-0, 36 seconds left. Teague Travis,
I think
3-0 with riding time over 50 seconds.
Hepner did just enough right there. Oh, beautiful little shot. Now a roll through attempt there by Hepner, and he scores.
Some great scrambling here on the left. I mean, these two are mixing things up.
They
Herm
are.
and Hepner. Some really fun positions to watch on the left.
Now he's got a bottom leg Turk hooked up right there. And what you focus on right here is trying to turn the face. Elevate that leg, try to turn the hips. It's a great riding position. How's Herm going to try to get out of this thing? He's locking the leg up over the top.
Time's going to run out in the second period.
I'm so focused on the action, I have no idea what the time is.
Here's the shot from Herm that Hepner ultimately scored from.
Nice low shot right there, but he locks in the crotch. But you see how he got busy? We saw that earlier. He got busy with his defense right there quickly. He was able to lock in there and immediately went to the roll through. It looked like Herm was going to get that.
Herm with a 2-on-1. He's from Neenah, Wisconsin, two-time Wisconsin State champ, three-time finalist. Gets to a leg once again.
Now
Head underneath the knee.
The shoe's on the other foot here. Hepner's the one that's playing the defense, and Herm has to get with the shot, trying to clear his leg out. But when your head's down, you bop your hips into the guy. I always talk about, head up wins the scramble, but if you do find your head down, bump your hips into him, all right? And allows yourself to get your head back up in a good scramble position.
Travis, a takedown in the first period. And now adds an escape and a 4-1 lead. Down to 1:10, third period with Herm and Hepner.
Nice limp out right there. He is so dangerous there. And I'm a big fan coming in with a half Nelson right now. If you can worm your right arm, because looks like the right arm of Hepner is over the top. Scored the points. No, he didn't score points there, did he?
I believe they did, 8-3. So they gave him the takedown.
Yeah. Now another shot.
And I'll tell you what about Herm, Jim. He's
Gas
got
tank.
big-time gas tank. Yes, he does. Just 30 seconds left.
Yeah,
Limp arm.
Limped out. They gave him the take down in this sequence. I'm okay with that.
Whizzer here from Hepner. If nothing else, a time hog.
Right.
Just been impressed with the way Herm has competed as a true freshman. He's been fun.
Now he'll get bigger and stronger, get that, work into that frame, but his wrestling skills are.
I think he's got a really bright future.
Yeah, he does.
An 8-3 final.
A match that was much closer than what looks like 8-3 on the scoreboard.
Yeah, it was a good scrap with those two. Teague Travis riding time over a minute, and he'll take a 3-point advantage to the third. Got a text from our guy Bart Schelsvig.
Yeah.
Met his brother-in-law. Well,
Terry.
we've met him. We've known
Yeah.
Terry, but last night talked with Terry a little bit.
Now on mat number 3, 165 pounds, semifinals. From Northern Iowa, Jack Thompson.
Max Mayfield and Jack Thompson.
Max Mayfield.
Mayfield coming to Missouri from Northwestern.
This will be an interesting matchup here. With the times we've watched Thompson in this tournament, he's been able to go ahead and get one of his favorite shots is get to that left leg of Mayfield. You can see how Mayfield's got it back, right? But he does a great job of really totally committing to his shot, but it's usually within the last 15 seconds. He's had some nice finishes, but they've all been at the end of the period there. So
Mayfield has been dominant. Pair of Tech Falls, most recently in the quarters, 21-5 over Finn Shepard from Tarleton State. Thompson 4-1 over Sloan Swan of Wyoming in the quarterfinals.
That was a last-second takedown.
Travis over 2 minutes of riding time now. Shane Sparks, Jim Gibbons here inside Extreme Arena in Coralville, Iowa. 2026 Soldier Salute. Semi-final action taking place. 5 o'clock this afternoon Central Time. Our championship and placement matches. First, third, and fifth place matches will be this afternoon at 5 Central here on Big Ten Plus. Mayfield and Thompson, no score. 2 minutes into this semifinal. Teague Travis, riding time approaching 3 minutes. He's up 4-1. Riding time locked up, of course. He'll give the reversal, and Root will quickly give the escape. Needs a takedown. Shot there by Travis. Low shot, below the knee. And Teague Travis with the riding time point, 6-3 decision.
Thompson with a nice takedown there, right at the 30 seconds left in the first period.
And now, your finals for 157 pounds.
So Teague Travis will meet Jordan Williams of Iowa in the 157-pound final. The winner of Mayfield and Thompson to get the #1 seed, Bryce Hepner, who just beat Jacob Herm of South Dakota State. Tyler Ice and Danny Wask. Wask, the #1 seed. A 17-1 Tech, a 14-3 major, and a first period fall in the quarterfinals. Ice with an 11-2 major decision in the quarterfinals. Beat Nicholas Fee of North Carolina. Mayfield on bottom, start of the second period.
And we'll get a quick escape.
Danny Wask, an All-American, took 8th last March in Philly, round of 16 the year previous in 2024. Back-to-back 20-win seasons, has 10 wins already for head coach Kerry Colad and the midshipmen. Finals at the Cliff Keen fell to Carter Schubert of Oklahoma 5-4. That may have been in the semis. He placed at Cliff Keen, Wask did, and Wask with a takedown, 3-0.
Nice job of driving through on that double leg shot.
Wask's other loss this season to Christopher Minto of Nebraska at the Navy Classic.
Nebraska with a big win yesterday over Northern Iowa. Was it 30-6?
I didn't see the final.
Yeah, I think it was 30-something. I think they got to 30. And nice shot there by Mayfield. He's able to scoop the bottom leg. All right, he's got his head out. He's going to be able to collect the points there. That's a good answering shot right there in the second period.
And now Mayfield leads at 5-3. Yeah, 30-6 final score. Nebraska over the Panthers.
And this shot here to the left leg, boom. Immediately comes back with that inside arm here. It goes right to the Achilles right there, stretches out that leg and makes an easy scoop even before he got him on his rear.
Nebraska won 8 of the 10 weights. UNI, Trevor Anderson won at 125, and then a good one at 165. Ryder Downey ranked 11th, beat LJ Araujo, ranked 7th. That was sudden victory. So 16 seconds, big situation here with Mayfield and Thompson. Short time restart on your left, and Wask with his second takedown comes in short time. Up 6-1, good first period for Wask. Couple of takedowns and close to a minute of riding time.
Good battle here because it looks like Thompson knows what he's doing right there as far as clearing him out. You can see that, and I like this. So if you're going to ride the ankle, come at it from the. You see how he just comes across and rides the hips. I mean, Mayfield is just totally understands what his down and distance is, so to speak here. Getting his chest low, he's just going to attack the legs and just use his feet basically to put him in a good position to continue that ride with 6 seconds left. But because Thompson's hard to ride, so he's going to choose neutral. Doesn't want to waste any more time. 24 seconds of riding time for Mayfield, so he didn't want to waste any more time, give up a point, knowing that that 3-point takedown could give him the lead. Chose the neutral position.
Shot there from Mayfield, straight on shot. Wask with an escape adds to his lead now 7-1.
And he has the ability to totally commit. He can get his chest really low on a shot. Doesn't look like it right now, but he's working that post. Like to get to that back foot of Mayfield. The first takedown, he actually went to the other side. Both guys have gotten takedowns, but Mayfield's won the ancillary parts that you don't pay much attention to, getting the quick escape, getting the ride out, and all of a sudden you've got a 2-point spread here.
Yeah, so important.
It just
Finishing
becomes
periods on top, those quick escapes. I mean, those things are huge.
They become huge in tight matches, against good quality opponents that have good head hands defense, can move their feet real well. You see Mayfield's feet are pretty active. They take a lot of territory. There's a time when that probably would have been called for stalling.
Riding time a non-factor in the third period. Half a minute remaining.
Yeah, you got to call that.
Yeah, I mean, he's backing up.
Yeah.
And Mayfield now with the shot, has his hands locked on a single leg.
Good position to be able to finish again. Scoop the bottom leg. It wasn't able to do it, but he can hold on there.
Final second period with Ice and Wask, and the midshipmen in control to the third period. And there's a point for Thompson on the stall call, but Mayfield will take that. And he is into the 165-pound Soldier Salute final with the 5-4 decision. It'll be Bryce Hepner and Max Mayfield in the 165-pound final.
Now on mat number 3, 174 pounds, for Northern Iowa, Izzy Mo.
Danny Wask, couple of takedowns, riding time over a minute, with 140 remaining in the third. Shot there from Ice. See the Big Ten Network schedule. This Saturday night, Penn State and Rutgers on Big Ten Network. Izzy Moreno and Gabe Arnold 174-pound semifinal there on your left. Rutgers and Penn State Saturday, big night, January 16th, Penn State and Iowa inside Carver Hawkeye. A couple of top 10 matchups, Nebraska, Minnesota. Triple header on January 30th, and I'm looking forward to February 13th, Jim. Of course, a lot can happen and some great action up until that point with Ohio State and Penn State right before Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that's going to be a good dual meet. We already seen where Ohio State was able to go ahead and win the national duels, and of course Penn State ranked the #1 team in the country with their exciting lineup that they have. It's going to be should be a good dual meet, but Penn State has just been so dominant. You certainly wouldn't pick against them.
Yeah, recently setting the Division I record in consecutive dual meet victories. Gabe Arnold, a pair of Tech Falls, and then a 5-1 decision in the quarterfinals over Lane Ford of Wyoming. Moreno 7-5 over Clayton Whiting in the quarterfinals.
And this has been a good situation for Gabe Arnold being in. You've seen that, in the past we saw him on wrestling with, in the dual meets last year with Iowa. Slow start. In these matches, though, he's gotten off to hot starts.
Scoring some points.
Yeah, he has, and he's been also good in the top position as well. So you can tell that he's been working on a few things that added to his repertoire, make him a better wrestler. So not getting the varsity action. I know they're trying to keep him active there, but with that lineup that they have right now, I mean, there was even thought of him being a 97-pounder, but Mo and Dean has looked phenomenal at that weight class.
Patrick Kennedy, an All-American at 174 for Iowa. Then, of course, Angelo Ferrari, ranked #1 in the country at 184. Mo Undine, as you mentioned, the 3-time national champ from Wartburg, now in Iowa City. And he's done a really good job. And, of course, Big Ten schedule upcoming.
I just found out this Izzy Marino is the nephew of Mike Marino that wrestled for me at Iowa State and All-American for us, and had 2 sons that wrestled at Iowa State, and he's actually from Montana. Found his way back to Iowa, northern Iowa. Doing a good job of holding himself in good position here. Tough situation. Oh, nice job of Marino getting out of that.
With the riding time point, 8-2 for Danny Wask of the Naval Academy. He's into the finals at 174.
Into the finals for Navy, Danny Wask.
So Gabe Arnold leads at 1-0. I didn't see how he got that point.
I didn't either. Yeah, I did not.
But the scoreboard has a point for Gabe Arnold, so he'll go on bottom.
It was a stalling call.
A couple of stall calls, yeah. Okay.
Getting to our point here, looks like, Gabe Arnold's been more active in the first period. Good quick escape.
Adds to his lead now, 2-0. Ranked #2 in the country, Aiden Sinclair of Missouri, and Waylon Kressel unattached. Sinclair with a fall in 61 seconds, 17-2 Tech fall in the quarterfinals. And he's got the first takedown lead at 3-0.
Yeah, he just looks so smooth. Attacks both sides of the body, stuffs the head, good scrambler, good defense, on the feet. Guy who pick your ankles. Oh, nice shot by Arnold right there. Like I said, his activity level's been up a few notches here in this tournament.
Adds to his lead, gets the escape, quick escape in the second. Now a takedown.
You know, some guys sometimes need a little bit of a check, so to speak. You know, and maybe get in that room and not thinking about scoring or competing, but learning. You ever had those guys that were, you know, that would, you talk to them after a practice, teammates sometimes, yeah, I got 5 takedowns and he got 2, right? Well, did you ever think like that?
Not really. I mean,
it's just you went out there and wrestled,
yeah,
just to try to learn, and I never felt like that was like I never put a premium on that. You know, there's.
What did you put a premium on?
If I could do something different that I hadn't done against a good wrestler, you know, that just fell into yeah, you have your basic stuff that you do, your go-to shots and all that stuff. But if I could do something different that I'd never done before, you know, that I was working on, it wasn't a successful practice if you couldn't work some of that stuff in. And then that you know, I don't, you know, give up 6 takedowns and you get 5 or whatever. Who cares? Right?
Sure, it's practice, right?
It's practice. Yeah. You can be so competitive, and I'm not saying that he's that way or whatever, but I can sense that he's got more urgency, and it's probably a good thing for him to be in a competition like this because he's noticeably more aggressive. And that might be because he's, you know, by not being the guy, you know, this isn't the 97 is not the right weight class for him. He wrestled a lot at 84. He's wrestling behind Patrick Kennedy basically at 74, up at 84 on this one, but
no, he said 74.
Yeah, okay, yep. Excuse me. Yeah, it's 74, and it's just important for a guy like this to continue to progress as a wrestler. And sometimes if you take that, you know, that competition side out of it here, you're not as worried about that. You know, just go into the wrestling room and wrestle. Learn.
He's got riding time over a minute and a 5-1 lead. He was a national qualifier a year ago at 184. Of course, now Angelo Ferrari at that weight class, ranked number 1. Double unders here from Arnold as they go to bounds.
Yeah, and if you're a great athlete, like I think he is, that just create yourself more situations out there in competition so that you can, you know, rely on your athletic ability. And sometimes you're going to flop a little bit like that. You know, that situation could have maybe somehow gone the other way. Here's an athletic situation. Okay, he's doing something a little bit different. He's doing a lot of what people would do to him. You know, you get on a leg and you're on your belly like that. Okay, I'm going to attack that far leg. Now he's in this good scoring position and he's learning.
Sinclair already with 15 points on the board. Short time in the first period. Up by 10.
He's the real deal, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Ranked number 2 in the country, 184, a stacked weight class, and they are young. Final seconds, there's 3 more, 18-5 to the second period. Yeah, wrestled at Milton High School for Pat Yelk in Wisconsin. 3-time state champ. Good go behind there from Gabe Arnold.
30, John, 30.
That neutral danger. Yeah, neutral danger got the takedown. And it happens inside of 5 seconds.
That's been one of the good rule changes in the sport, really.
Break comes in from Northern Iowa. That's Doug Schwab, right?
That
of course
is Doug
it is.
Schwab.
I mean, yesterday, I still think that was him. I mean, there was a time yesterday, I'm like, there's Doug Schwab in the corner. Then we knew that they wrestled at Nebraska, like maybe it wasn't him. I'm like, I think it was. I could be wrong. But I'm like, look, right now I'm looking at him going, that's definitely Doug Schwab.
Last 20 hours, he spent how much time on I-80?
I think so. I'm going to have to talk to him. I had to be him yesterday.
Yeah, he's probably spent 10 hours on I-80.
Yeah.
Half of his.
I mean, he is. His wife Allison is here. I mean, she does a really good job with the social media side for the Panthers. I could listen to Doug Schwab talk for a long time. Aiden Sinclair, the tech fall, 21-6. Comes in the second period. And ranked number 2 in the country, he will wrestle for a Soldier Salute title. And
Now on net number 4, 197-pound semifinal. From Wyoming,
Gabe Arnold gets his arm raised.
and for Iowa, Harvey Ludington.
So at 174 pounds, it will be Wask and Arnold. That'll be a good match.
Yeah, that will, because Wask,
He's tough.
yeah, he's just tough, and his conditioning looks really good.
Joey
All-American.
Novak and Harvey Ludington. Yeah, Wask 8th last March in Philly. Joey Novak's an All-American. This match is a 197-pound semi. Novak early in this match with a single leg. Jake Daly and Logan Cole. That is a 184-pound semi on your left. As Daly darts in a single leg, switches off.
Wow,
Well done.
that takes a lot of strength to do that, on one leg, and then just gonna lift the guy up and then reach for the second leg. Wow.
Ludington, chance here for a reversal. Instead, it's going to be an escape 3-1.
Another shot there. Actually, he just continues to ride. Daly, North Carolina. Now
Cole with the chance for a reversal.
Right. Should get this.
See Daly, he's hoping for the stalemate.
Yeah, it's tough because he's got that arm tied up in almost a Kamara situation there over the. Can't free your arm up, okay? So you're going that way, you kind of make it tighter, right? You can pop your head
his
out.
head, yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes you got to push out the other direction to get your head, roll your head the other way. But
And Daly in that situation, Jim, kept building his riding time. He's
Yeah.
got his riding time over a minute.
yeah, he should have been probably called for. I don't know. Sometimes I don't know what the difference is there between you just hanging on to an ankle or what you're doing there. I mean, they might consider calling you for stalling and stopping your riding time, but not in this case. Good reach there by Daly coming across the tricep, really committing to it. All right, comes back to the other side. Oh, he didn't feel like he was in good balance there, so he gave the escape.
Both these matches 3-1. Here's Ludington in on a shot.
He just didn't have his hands in the good position right there, and it's pretty easy for Novak to pick that inside arm off. Stalling call there on Ludington, and
Hawkeye fans didn't like it.
the thing about Novak is that oh wow, look at that. I tell you what, Daly, he does some, there's some power there to his technique. I mean, he just horsed the guy over there with that, just one arm basically. It looked like almost a barrel roll.
Second takedown of the match for the Tar Heel.
He is definitely he's in that category of grabby. He grabs something and stays with it. Look at that. This is going to be a fun match.
6-2 score. Short time escape from Missouri's Cole. Novak 3-1 to the second period. Ludington will go on bottom. Novak, a two-time national qualifier, was an All-American last March, 5th place finish.
Yeah, whip over, Look at him take that. That's a feat of strength right there because the opponent was way draped over the top there. Cole was way draped over the top, and he just took it anyway.
Novak, Cliff Keen Invitational runner-up, fell to Rocky Elam of Iowa State 7-3.
Now, riding time has stopped here. Novak gets called for stalling here. That's going to be, I believe, 1 point.
Was it a second one?
I don't know that, but the scoreboard flipped over to 4, and there was a stall call there, but I don't know if he awarded a point. It might have just been a warning.
So a stall call on Novak. Novak, a nice win in Penn State's duel with Wyoming. Major decision over Connor Mirasola, 10-2. Minnesota native. Midway through the second period on your left, Daly doubling up Cole 6-3. Novak has a leg in, crossbody ride.
And now it's flattened him out a little bit more. We've got now over a minute of riding time here for Novak.
Looks like Cole got poked in the eye. Daly with riding time of 1:51. There's a shot from Cole. You see Daly
cut in the corner.
Yep.
Locked out
He's
pretty
okay
tight
here.
Yeah, I think he is. He's got his, see how he's got his forearm over the top of the hamstring right there, high up on the hamstring there. You get that, it's really difficult to go ahead and get yourself in a good position to finish that shot.
We saw Novak yesterday, Jim, in one of those matches had, I want to say, about 5 minutes of riding time. 4.5 minutes, maybe?
Yeah. He has no intention of letting Ludington go. And test the young freshman to see if he's had any, if he has the skills to be able to get out.
Ludington 2-1 in the quarterfinals over Anthony Harris, unattached. Novak 7-2 beat Mikey Calcagno of North Carolina. They have reached the third period there with Daly and Cole. Novak finishes the period on top. They go to the third as well.
Shoulder roll by Daly.
As a leg.
Explode into this thing.
You know, Cole, believe it or not, is still in control in that position.
Yeah, well, what's funny about that, I mean, if I'm Cole, I don't necessarily trust Daly's ability to go ahead and put me down gently. I'd get out of that. Daly back in on a shot. And I think Novak got a reversal there then, right there, 5-1 score.
Believe he did.
Yeah, so that's the worst of all worlds there for Ludington here, because he'll stay on top.
Yeah,
of you. He'll absorb the stalwart. It really does.
He'll ride you until next Tuesday if he has to. There was a reversal from Novak.
Okay, Cole in on the leg.
He's been here a couple of times, but this is where Daly is really tough. This time he's able to hook the ankle. Daly's got his left ankle tied up, rolls him through.
Not only does he roll him through, but he kicks him out. Kicks him out and gets himself in a little bit better position. Man, can you imagine what it's like there with a guy like Hepner and Daly going at it on a daily basis, okay? It was just in that North Carolina wrestling room. These guys could put themselves into some floppy situations.
With the riding time points, Jake Daly of North Carolina, 8-3 decision. And he is into the Soldier Salute Finals. Daly will meet Aiden Sinclair.
Moving on, 181 pounds to the finals from North Carolina,
Joey Novak. Over 3 minutes of riding time and a 6-1 decision. And the Wyoming Cowboy, the #1 seed here at the Soldier Salute, into the finals at 197.
Wyoming, Joey Novak.
I wish college wrestling, Jim, had more analytics. I love analytics. I mean, I'd be curious to know, like, Joey Novak's average riding time per match. Because he's, again, I don't know what the analytics are, but I got to imagine, I mean, his average riding time is going to be amongst the league leaders.
Well, the thing about it is one reason why he goes out there and gets an early takedown.
Evan Bates, Zion Hall, Coy Hopke, and Christian Carroll looking forward to this semifinal. Good match here at heavyweight. Ranked matchup. Coy Hopke ranked 11th in the country. And Christian Carroll ranked 10th, so a 10-11 matchup at heavyweight. Here in this semifinal. Christian Carroll, Cliff Keen finalist, fell to younger Bastida of Iowa State in that championship match in Vegas.
North Carolina 6'3". At 165 pounds, Bryce Hepner of North Carolina. Winner by decision over Jacob Hearn, South Dakota State, 8'3". And the other semifinal match,
Carroll's other 2 losses at the national duels to Nick Feldman of Ohio State and Virginia Tech's Jimmy Mullen. Coy Hopke, 3 losses as well. He has a loss to Feldman, lost to Cade Ziola, that was at the Bison Open, and most recently lost to Luke Rasmussen, gave up that late score
And Nick
against
Feldman,
South Dakota State.
Nick Feldman's been off to a heck
Yes,
of a
he
start
has.
here. He kind
Really good start.
of faded off a little at the end of last year, and he was All-American his freshman year, so he's everybody expects a lot, and all of a sudden, oh, Carroll's in on the shot right here. Head of the outside. Nice job by Hopke to go ahead and peel that back off, right? It's one of Carroll's really good in that position. Not going to have a blood timeout. But getting back to Feldman, I think he's off to a great start. Big confidence builder with the nice win over Ferrari. The national duels.
Yeah, Feldman
Doesn't look back.
You mentioned All-American in 2024. He was 5th last year. 20 wins, but lost in the blood round. And he's got 2 losses this season. 4-2 to Bastida. That was just before Christmas. And then his other loss was in the dual meet against NC State's Isaac Trumbull, 5-1. But yeah, he's looked good. Another guy for Ohio State that we know he's always good, but he's just always so banged up is Carson Harchla at 174.
Nice there shot there by Bates from Missouri, and he gets able to go ahead and follow it through at the takedown, just driving low. Gets Zevon Hall to be able to just turn out of it right there. Ooh, shot by Hopke, right? He's got
His hands
locked,
locked.
right? Want to get a guy moving. Got to be careful on the roll-throughs there with the big guys. Boy, they know what they're doing.
Neutral danger.
Nope.
30 seconds left there on the right, first period.
It's well done here by Christian Carroll. He's trying to put that leg on there so he can go ahead and step over it, but that lock in the crotch right there by Hopke is keeping him from being able to hook that bottom leg. He puts weight on it right there. Now you're going to try to drive your hips into him.
You want to bring your arm around, go crossface if you can?
You can't get that far because you got to roll over with the hips right there, all right? And
scoreless first period.
I just don't think he had the leverage or the flexibility to get that far back, and sometimes you sacrifice your position. You just don't want to, you want to lose in those situations. You can't, it's okay to punt, go neutral.
Evan Bates up 4-0. 35 seconds into the second period. They're on your left. Leave some blood on the forehead of Christian Carroll. Yeah, getting back to Carson Hartzler, his only loss was to Patrick Kennedy, 4-1 in sudden victory at the National Duels. I believe he beat Kennedy last year in 2 meetings. But Carson Hartzler, I remember doing that dual meet last year with Penn State. I mean, he was leading Levi Haynes late.
Yeah, well, he's hard to score, but I think what Patrick Kennedy was able to do, and that just kind of make it a war of attrition, a lot of forward pressure. And Hartzler took probably about 8 or 9 shots, kind of like got caught in that barrel roll position. He's always trying to work hard, you know, inside bicep tie, come to near arm far leg, get caught in there, and then, you know, try to work yourself out of it. Kennedy would keep pressure on him, make it difficult for him, and just got a little tired there at the end. And I think that's what was kind of a war of attrition there for Kennedy, which a lot of his matches are like. So
in the Big Ten at 174, 3 of the top 4 from the Big Ten, with Haynes ranked number 1, Kennedy ranked 3rd, Hartzler 4th. Simon Ruiz of Cornell, really like him. He's ranked 2nd in the country. Good return there from Bates. He's up 7-0, short time, second period. Hopke with an escape, the Gopher up 1-0. Kind of a super duck attempt there from Carroll. And Evan Bates finishes the period on top.
look at this escape right here. Drops his hips and turns into the arm that's around the waist. You see how that back pressure works in that situation, as opposed to throwing their butt back in and keep their own balance. Going back to what we were talking about earlier. Thanks for the replay, guys. I think Minnesota does as good a job of teaching that to their athletes as anybody in the country.
Arm spin attempt from Carroll. And Hopke gets that leg in. Now Hopke's hips fall off to the side. But Hopke leading at 4-0, and now 4-1 with the escape. Good little flurry.
Yeah, there was great reactions by Hopke, and that's what I've been impressed with him in this tournament so far, is that guys have gotten in on him here, but he's been able to go ahead and show good balance and good move there. That's something you'd expect out of a 25-pounder. Look at this right here. The underarm spin, puts that leg in, and he's certainly trapped. He had it kind of well before they called it there, and then that head and arm kind of showed that he had control of it. Good work.
Christian Carroll had a really good match with Kobe Merrill in the quarterfinals. 2-1 in the first set of tiebreakers. Hopke 5-1 over Daniel Herrera, wrestling unattached. Wrestles at Iowa State. Evan Bates in control. Joey Novak awaits the winner, the #1 seed, who has been dominating at this weight class en route to the final.
Yeah, he's really kind of kept Zion Hall contained. You know, good forward pressure, takedowns, ride-outs.
Riding time will go over 2 minutes as they wrestle on the edge. 30 seconds left in the third. There's a roll off the whistle from Carroll, who's down by 3.
Good job by Hopke, rolling around with that, showing good balance now, hooking the leg.
This is heavyweight, Jim.
I know he's done it, but he's been doing this the whole tournament. This is he's taken some guys really good shots as far as their single legs, kept good balance.
He's good on top.
Yeah.
Hopke can ride. Of course, anytime you see that Minnesota singlet, you talk about heavyweight and riding.
Yeah,
Immediately go to Tony Nelson.
no doubt.
Man, was he could.
He could wear a guy out.
Oh, yes, he could. Evan Bates stamps his name into the final at 197. Joey Novak and Evan Bates later on. Again, 5 o'clock Central Time right here on Big Ten Plus. Championship matches along with 3rd and 5th. Hopke riding time over a minute.
I like this cross wrist ride. And you put that put that wrist right up into his armpit right there. I know he's kind of broke off of it to make it look like he's keeping busy, but you put that wrist right there, throw it right into his armpit right now on the opposite side, and you could put him on the point of his shoulder right there. And I think Christian Carroll just got warned for stalling, huh?
Stalling call on Carroll.
Sebastian DiGennaro, Oklahoma, Sefton Douglas of Wyoming, 125-pound consolation semifinal, net number 3.
Coy Hopke. Gritty victory, 6-1 with the riding time points. And the Minnesota Gopher in the finals.
Did a lot of good wrestling there, not to be breathing that hard. So
There's Luke Becker, assistant coach. Zach Sanders as well. Trent Hilger wrestled heavyweight at Wisconsin. All-American. Coy Hopke, just a redshirt freshman. And our final semifinal, Cade Ziola from Nebraska and Spencer Lenoska for Navy. Lenoska ranked 16th in the country.
I think he's looked well, good too. I mean, his activity level, all these Navy guys are getting a good stance and come right at you. Good scramblers, but this is I don't know what he weighed in at here, but he looks like he's a full-blown 200.
What do you think Ziola's given up? About 30 to 35, if you had to guess?
If I guessed it, he was 220, and then, I think it's more like 45 to 50.
Okay.
Yeah.
Joey Novak of Wyoming, winner by decision over Harvey Lovington of Iowa, 6-1. And Evan Bates of Missouri, winner by decision over Zion.
Action will continue here at the Soldiers Salute on the stream. Keep it right here on Big Ten Plus. Jim and I will return at 5 o'clock this afternoon Central Time for those championship finals, along with 3rd and 5th place matches. I am looking forward to the most. 149. I want to see Edmond and Mendoza.
Yeah.
Teammates.
Well, not only that, but there's just some guys out there that are really wrestling solid. How could you not enjoy, Aiden Sinclair? I think that's going to be a good match at 174.
Terrakina and Mauger at 125. Oakley and Walker at 133. Hepner and Mayfield at 165. Some good matches. No score. 110 first period. Kerry Collette, one of the all-time greats.
He's looking to get his athlete to get on that collar tie a little bit and hit a snap down. The one thing about Ziola, though, that he that's the activity that Coach Colot was looking for right there, is get a good snap down. And this Ziola just likes that he has a good ankle pick, but you got to be measured with that. See how he came across down low like that? I mean, you got to be measured with that, because if you get to you come from too square of a position, you can really kind of spend a lot of time down there. And I think Lenoska's pretty good at a go behind, so you got to be pretty judicious with you to try to attack below the knee right there, particularly if you're going to have the hand on the collar and come to the ankle. So I think both guys trying to wear each other down a little bit before they attack the legs. Right there, driving underhook.
I didn't realize Lenoska's a redshirt freshman. Off to a really good start.
I don't know how they do that with the service academies, because
He was at the Naval Academy Prep School
right.
last year.
Okay, so that's considered a red shirt then? That
I believe, but I'm not positive. But he just wrestled, in open tournaments last season. No dual meets.
good quick switch there by Viola, and he ends up getting the quick escape that might help him, because he is okay on the top position. We've seen him in that Oklahoma State duel be pretty effective.
Yeah, he is a true freshman, Ziola. And if you're Ziola, of course, Jim, I mean, it's got to be arm drag, sweep singles, right? I mean, you do not want to get caught underneath.
Yeah, and that's
at any cost.
That's what I was kind of getting at. You got to measure that. It's really got to be there, and you've got to sweep. You got to get to the side here with any shot that you take. So that's what, I mean, he's got a good ankle pick. So he'll come off that collar, reach for the collar, but it's just a hard to move to hit on a big guy like that reacts well.
And
right?
that quick escape, especially in this kind of match, is really big. I mean, being able to get out from on bottom, I mean, that could have been a long period for him giving up that kind of weight.
But you kind of try to picture what it'd be like, you're trying to ride a guy that's 30, 40, 50 pounds bigger than you. And I think Lenoska, as we've seen him, nobody's ridden him so far in this tournament. He's been pretty solid underneath.
Both guys higher in their stances. Short time, second period. And I'm going to go in on a limb, Jim, and say we're going to see a whole lot of this in the third period.
Yes,
I think we're going to see a quick escape and limited attacks. We'll see. See how committed Ziola is in the top position.
I think he's got to make it a good go here. Put the leg in. Good job of spreading that out like that, but it's got the big man's got the arm trap right there. Oh gosh, I always worry about that when a guy drops in on a knee like that and the big man makes a big turn like that. So
11 seconds of riding time. The fact that he got that quick escape, we talk about these things.
Yeah.
The fact that he got that quick escape in a second, like now all of a sudden if you're Ziola going, you know what? I'm going to go for it. It's not like I got to ride him for 2 minutes, and as I say that, Lenoska escapes, but it's still a valid point.
100%. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Those quick escapes, I mean, they are so important. Guy rides you for
we just
40 seconds. It kind of, you're thinking, I'm not going to give that much energy to try to do this for that long of a time.
Well, particularly since you can't get through the head-hands defense for 5 minutes of wrestling. So you got to, it does kind of gravitate. Well, what's another way I can win this match?
Another path to victory.
Yeah. So I think I'd be surprised if Ziola doesn't really do something here to try to make a commitment to get to that leg. Maybe fake like he's going to go high and then go hit the shot.
This one hasn't looked like Carolyn Hopke.
No. But I think Carolyn Hopke would have a difficult time trying to take down Lenoska too.
Sure, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Ziola's given up some weight, giving up a lot of weight, hard snap. A lot of hand fighting, head fighting. And this one appears destined for sudden victory. Half shot there from Ziola.
Oh, snatch single right there. That's, again, faking like you're going to go high and then go kind of attack the lower body.
We going to see a takedown here, Jim?
Man, I don't know, Shane. And it's not because these guys aren't trying. It's just
Sure.
It's just you can sense
Pace
that,
has picked up a little bit in the first
Yeah.
5 to 10 seconds.
You're right, and Ziola is. You saw him lower a little bit, but you know there's kind of. I'm going to touch that leg, but I'm got my butt, my hands are going to the leg, but my butt is going away from him. Right? It's just,
Oh, look at this.
Yep.
Ziola,
Made a
ankle
commitment.
pick.
Yep, and he got it.
And he got it. Looks like Ziola
Oh,
looking,
that's what
reaching for his left knee, but, or Lenoska, hopefully
Yeah.
he's okay. This doesn't look good.
Yeah. Got an angle and dropped below that knee, and that's where you see that Ziola just drove it over, and by that time the damage had been done.
But Ziola, I mean, that's how you got to get that kind of takedown,
Yeah.
right? I mean, didn't want to get caught underneath. Used his quickness,
Yeah, we
picks an ankle and gets the win.
were kind of calling for it. That's what he had, and he executed it. He executed it really perfectly. It got, and then what happened is that not only did he just get to the collar tie, but he got off on the side right there and then attacked the leg when he squared up.
So it will be Cade Ziola and Coy Hopke. We wish Lenoska the best. Hopefully he's okay. There's Robert Kokesh, assistant coach for Nebraska. They bring Lenoska to his feet.
Yeah.
Here's another look at that winning takedown.
See how he's up to the corner right there, picks it, and then this is where Lenoska's really in trouble right there. Oh my gosh. Yeah. They gave the 3, so he's the winner in overtime, but I hope he's okay.
So the finals are set. 5 o'clock this afternoon here on Big Ten Plus.